digital ecosystem. So to try to tie up all of these solutions into a few key takeaways, which is quite a tall order, we will look now to our NextGen ambassadors. So I'd like to invite up here, welcome back Alwin, Onolunose, and Bonnie and Leo if you're interested in joining us as well, please. So to provide sort of our closing remarks, I just want to go down the line here and hear from each of you your perspective on the events of today. So this could be the most impactful solution you heard about, a clear challenge that has emerged from some of the discussions, or even if you have a request or an ask for our audience here as a young ICT professional. We can start with you and go down the line and see where we are.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. One impactful quote I heard today was from Catherine during the breakout session on climate information and food security, the impactful outcome from NASA and Sarah. And she said, the true measure of digital innovation is not just in its novelty, but in its sustainability and its usefulness. And this made me think a lot. It made me question a lot of things. How environmental sustainable are some of the innovations being brought up? And it made me also think of the global south where I come from, Nigeria. As an extension officer in Nigeria, I had the opportunity of working with rural farmers, and I saw a lot of digital innovations. They were groundbreaking, but after a while, it was no longer sustainable because there was no electricity, there was no internet service. And as we go forward, I'm encouraging everyone to think about the environmental sustainability and the infrastructural challenges we face in bringing digital solutions to agriculture.
Hi, thank you. I think my key takeaway was really the remark by Andres about that we're not always talking about decision support tools or almighty algorithms that make decisions, but also discussion support tools, which I think really reflects to the human element in this loop. That these are tools we're designing consciously to enable us to make better decisions, which are embedded in a system, an ecosystem, that's maybe not always built on the most well-funded foundational tools. We discussed or learned about the challenges from ODK and how we have to address that in the future, or how we can develop solutions to that. But still, in the end, that these are tools that are developed by humans and used by humans, and where we also have to consider the human socioeconomic element, how we can make better decisions enabled by this technology.
Personally, on a similar note, I found it interesting because with the rise of AI, everyone's like thinking about how to make things more advanced. But the key takeaway I had was we need to make the solutions like simple. I think it was Mr. Andrew Mark that said it. Like simple solutions are often the most scalable. And I found like with ODK, it's like lightweight structure. Or one of the breakout rooms, they talked about a fishery app for fishing in Senegal. It was very lightweight, but it was very impactful for the fishing community there. It aided them to, I think, increase their revenue by almost $400. And I think moving forward, at least when I'm studying, because I'm in computer science and trying to go into machine learning and AI, I think when I look at these solutions, I'll try to figure out like the most simple and almost bare bones solution first, instead of trying to go out and try to make this grand solution that might not actually be the most practical. So yeah, that was my takeaway.
My takeaway is, my takeaway was like, it was cool seeing how like topics that I brush over during classes, like my data science class or my introduction to programming class, are really applicable in like real world solutions. And it's cool to see how like so many professionals in their own field are doing so much good in the world with technology, and it's been really inspiring, and it's something that I want to implement in my future career goals.
Thank you all for those perspectives, and I'll ask you all to join me in giving our ambassadors a hand for their engagement in today's event. So thank you all for joining us. And with this, I'm happy to say that we've reached the culmination of the 2024 ICT4Ag convening Localizing Impact in Washington, D.C. I'd like to thank the planning team of ICT4Ag 2024, CIAT, DAI, and Dev Global, and the event partners for today's event in Washington, D.C., IFPRI, and CIAT Accelerate for Impact platform. If we can give our planning team a round of applause, they put so much hard work into it. A special thanks goes to the sponsors of ICT4Ag 2024. That's the United States Agency for International Development, Feed the Future, the U.S. government's Global Hunger and Food Security Initiative, the Rural Development Administration of the Government of the Republic of Korea, and the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development of Mexico, without all of whom this event would not have been possible. So another round of applause for them. And while today has come to a close, remember this conversation on localizing impact is just beginning. Starting tomorrow, there's 4 additional in-person events in Texcoco, Mexico, Nairobi, Kenya, New Delhi, India, and Los Baños, Philippines. We'll carry on the ICT4Ag proceedings, as well as Thursday's virtual day. So I encourage you to continue these conversations and tune in to the next days of ICT4Ag for more inspiration and connection. So for those of us here in the room, please join us now for a cocktail hour to celebrate these learnings, keep the connection going. And to those online, we hope you'll join us again tomorrow. So on behalf of the ICT4Ag team, thank you, and until next time.